Hi Mi fans, my name is Murali Krishnan and I'm the Chief Operating Officer for Xiaomi in India. These are really challenging times for all of us and I'm hoping you're doing well and staying safe. Over the past few months, we've all got used to a whole new life of working from home and studying from home, and if there's one thing that's enabling all of this to happen, it is technology. Xiaomi, with its belief in delivering innovation for everyone, has over the years created a wonderful ecosystem of various elements that come together to provide an absolutely seamless experience to all of our Mi fans. The legacy of MIUI goes back many years, way back to 2014, and over the years we've added a whole host of really cool and useful features to make this a wonderful experience to all of you. Last year, we launched MIUI 11, which introduced a system-wide dark mode, a floating calculator, really cool animations, features to enhance your work productivity, and a really beautiful always-on ambient display mode. And now, it is my pleasure to introduce MIUI 12 for India. As many of you would know, software development is an iterative process. You get the basics right and then you stretch the limits of imagination, explore possibilities in adding new features that push the boundaries a little bit more and make your life that much more easier to accomplish on a day-to-day basis, and that is exactly the philosophy that we take into MIUI 12. MIUI 12 gets rolled out to pretty much all the Xiaomi phones out there. Today, I'm going to be talking about MIUI 12 on the Mi 10, the new flagship device from Xiaomi. To make it easier to understand all the goodness that MIUI 12 brings to you, I'll divide this into three different parts. First, the design, the entire visual refresh that we have introduced into the MIUI 12. Second, all the beautiful things that we've added, all the cool things that we've added to make your personal daily life more exciting, and all the productivity features that we've added to make your work life a lot more efficient. First, let me talk about the design refresh on the MIUI 12. With the Qualcomm Snapdragon 865 processor on the Mi 10, the hardware opens up a whole host of new possibilities. And the MIUI 12 steps up to that challenge and provides you with a really cool experience which is potentially unmatched, making the best use of not just the processor but also the high refresh rate 90 Hz panel that the Mi 10 offers. With MIUI 12, we haven't just made surface level changes. We've gone deep, we've tweaked things at the kernel level to offer you a really cool, smooth experience that I'm sure you will love. In order to bring you the best visual experience on the MIUI 12, we have introduced the Mi Lightcone animation framework that is built on three building blocks: the Lightcone rendering engine, the Lightcone physics engine, and the enhanced animation framework. And when all of them come together, you get a clean, neat, smooth experience that is absolutely unmatched. First, let's talk about the Lightcone rendering engine. We have enabled advanced color blending and Gaussian blur, which just elevates the entire material richness of the operating system. Now you can actually experience the blurring effect in real time, and in a very unassuming yet elegant way, it is implementing a certain transparency which gives you a new visual in the background every time the scene changes. And a typical example of this is when you drop down or swipe down the notification shade, every time you see a different blur depending on what app is on the background. And not just that, we also have more dynamically rounded corners so that you can see smooth and natural movement of the corners changing dynamically each time you open or close an app. The next is the LCAF physics engine. The physics engine is the one that has the ability to turn UI elements into real life objects. Now, every time you touch the screen or you have gestures and so on and so forth, you'll get a nice visual, tangible feedback, and every movement will actually seem real. With the physics engine, the icons mimic real-life objects. If you look carefully, the movement here is not two-dimensional, but it's three-dimensional. Especially when you press that icon, you have that icon going down in the Z-axis, which gives it the real three-dimensional feel. And that engine adds this in the 90 Hz screen, which delivers the ultimate experience which you perhaps might not have experienced in your current device. And third is the upgraded animation engine, with which we have added new visuals to icons and transition animations that have become smoother than ever. Now that was all about the design and visual refresh on the MIUI 12. Let's now talk about the kind of things that we have built into MIUI 12 to make your daily life a lot more exciting and cooler. And what better way to start with than look at something that's all around us and ubiquitous: the weather. Yes, I'm talking about the weather app. Now, every time you check the weather on the weather app, you will actually see what you might end up seeing outside the window in terms of real life weather conditions, be it rain, storm, thunder, snow, what have you. Going beyond the weather app, wouldn't it be cool if some of these nice lifelike features were to be built into a whole host of other apps that we use on a daily basis? That's exactly where the concept of layered icons comes into the picture. With layered icons, you get a real life feel for the specific app icon that you're using. For example, in the gallery app, every time you shut the gallery app, you'll actually see the sun rising above the hills as you're performing that operation. And this feature is available in a bunch of other system apps too, which makes the entire experience a lot more lifelike. The one part of the phone that we end up using on a very regular basis is the notification shade. We swipe down the notification shade multiple times a day to check our notifications or maybe turn on Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and so on and so forth. But the problem with the current experience is that functionalities with different intent are merged together. With MIUI 12, we have separated it. We now have a whole new control center and a completely different notification shade. By swiping down from the top right of the screen, you get to access the control center, which gives you quick access to stuff like data, Wi-Fi, hotspot, and so on and so forth. And the notification shade is a completely different experience that you can access by swiping down from the top left, where the entire attention and focus is purely on the notifications that you receive. Let's recall how things looked in MIUI 11. And now look at the completely revamped UI of MIUI 12. It's not only pleasing on the eye, but the new refreshed UI gives you much more information at a glance. We at Xiaomi believe that design is thinking made visual. Now, you'll get a lot more information in a thoughtfully crafted, neat manner every time you access features like storage, battery, performance, etc. For most of us, our phone is a form of self-expression, and one important way in which we express our personality on our phone is by using wallpapers. Of course, all of us use static wallpapers. Some of us have experimented with live wallpapers, but more often than not, we end up switching back to some static picture that we really like and appreciate and is close to us. In MIUI 12, we wanted to take this notion a lot further and make this something that you have never ever thought of. Now, when you go back and think about your childhood, the one thing that's always fascinated us is what exists out there in deep space. How is the interplanetary space going to look like? With MIUI 12, we've taken inspiration from outer space and brought that to life using a feature called Super Wallpapers on MIUI 12. The Super Wallpaper feature in MIUI 12 brings the actual planetary surface of Mars and Earth using official imagery from NASA and brings a very high quality reconstruction of that on your phone. Each time you open your phone or even look at it, it would be an out-of-the-world experience. It looks breathtakingly real. You get a chance to choose from several landing points of Mars and stunning landscapes from our planet Earth. And guess what? The views change with time, which means you get to experience how Mars looks at night, even when night falls. With MIUI 11, we brought dark mode to all the system apps using the system-wide dark mode. We take that one step further with pretty much most third-party apps being able to support dark mode on MIUI 12 to create an absolutely stunning visual experience for you. While the dark mode was a much wanted feature, another feature that all of you Mi fans often asked us for was a built-in app drawer. With the MIUI 12, we now have a built-in app drawer that you can access from the home screen, which very cleanly categorizes all the apps you have and offers many customization possibilities, including the categories themselves, the background, as well as the scroll bar. While we've spoken about a lot of design-related features that MIUI 12 brings, wouldn't it be really cool if you had the ability to create stunning visuals yourself using the MIUI 12? That's exactly what the Magic Clone feature on MIUI 12 brings to the table. Wouldn't it be nice to play around with photos and videos with your clones in it? Create your own doppelgangers? We've come up with this innovative feature, which is right now available on the Mi 10, the Magic Clone feature added to the camera module. The Magic Clone feature creates virtual doppelgangers to make images or videos a lot more interesting. Not just that, the camera also has an all-new UI, more intuitive than ever, more powerful than ever. While we emulate a professional camera experience with the 108 megapixel on the Mi 10, We have tried to simplify the interaction by carefully designing the UI so that all the professional features are laid out in front of you, intuitive, easy to access. In the sharing option available on MIUI 12, you get to decide what metadata of the pictures and videos that you shoot, you get to share with your friends and family. You have the option of stripping off only the location data, or if you so choose, you have the option to strip off all the metadata. This focus on privacy is what makes the sharing feature on MIUI that much more special and important to you. So that was a little bit about what we have in MIUI 12 to make your daily life a lot more exciting and cooler. Let's talk about what MIUI 12 has in store for you on the work front. And the first thing that I want to talk about there is universal casting. The MIUI 12 comes with a built-in universal casting tool which can help you cast pretty much everything that you do on your phone, be it videos, images, games, document, even apps. Additionally, we've introduced a new option called private casting so that you don't need to worry when you receive a private message or a call, the casting still continues when you're presenting something. Now, you can even minimize your presentation window and do something else. This is truly universal casting. You can cast anything that you want in private and in a minimized window, and it works flawlessly with Mi TVs and any other TV that's equipped with Miracast. The next cool feature that I want to talk about is multitasking. Most of us end up multitasking in our daily lives, both in personal life as well as at work. And of course, there are a few features that try and make that entire experience a little bit better, stuff like split screen, but it doesn't work really well in quite a few situations. Then there are enhancements such as quick replies, but they work in very specific situations, not in all cases. So we've decided to introduce floating windows that work everywhere. Let's say you're at work and you're reading email and you get a message. Typically, you'll have to exit your email application, go into the message to check and respond to it. Not anymore. In MIUI 12, you just open it in an instant and close it in an instant. If you're busy and want to reply later, you can minimize that and hang it on any corner of the screen you want and reply later. You can also pull it down to go full screen. You can now look up things on your browser while watching a live stream or access other apps when your game is loading. The floating windows feature will truly make you fall in love with multitasking on your phone, and I promise this is going to make you super productive. We've spoken about a whole new set of features on the MIUI 12, but there's one thing that always worries us, and that is the battery. A lot of us, including me, get paranoid when the battery levels come down to 20 or 15%, and then you're wondering, looking for a charger or a power bank. With MIUI 12, perhaps you have reason not to worry about it with the Ultra Battery Saver mode. With the Ultra Battery Saver mode, you can get up to 5 additional hours of battery performance if your battery level comes down to 5% or lower. And it does this by limiting all the other functionality except the absolutely essential stuff like making a call or sending messages. And you have the ability to customize it and add a few select apps that you would want to use in the Ultra Battery Saver mode. The MIUI 12 is a big step forward with a stunning new visual refresh, really cool animations, and a whole host of utilitarian features that would make your daily life and professional life a lot better. And not just that, it comes packed with the magic clone feature available on Mi 10 to start with. In summary, the MIUI 12 would make your everyday life a lot more easier. There are many more features of MIUI 12 that I would have loved to talk about, but given the constraint of time, that's not going to be possible for now. Stay tuned to our social media channels and we'll keep you posted on all the new and cool things that we are going to add into MIUI 12. You've learned about all the cool new features on the MIUI 12, but I'm sure there's one question that's at the back of all of your minds. What is the rollout schedule? Happy to announce that the MIUI 12 would be available for Mi 10 very soon. MIUI 12 would be available on most Mi and Redmi phones over a few phases. Some of you might already have started experiencing MIUI 12 on your Mi or Redmi phone, and for the others, the rollout schedule is on the screen. Thank you so much, Mi fans. It's been an absolute delight talking to you about MIUI 12. Take care, stay safe, and goodbye.